Hey YouTube, it's your girl Yona Marie, and today I want to talk about how to make a cover song your own when you're singing it. Yona Marie music, create with me. So as you probably know, covering a song is when you sing a song that's already popular, but you try to put your own interpretation on it. So a lot of people, a lot of singers are creating covers, and yeah, YouTube has made it pretty difficult to upload covers recently with copyright laws, but you can still do covers in person. You can still put covers on sites like TikTok, Facebook. You can put some covers even on YouTube. It depends on the song. But when you're singing a cover song, you want to find ways to put your own vibe into it, because chances are thousands of other singers have sung the song already. So what would you do to make it stand out and make people really impressed and really remember your performance in particular? So the first question you want to ask yourself is, do you already have your own style that you put in your own original music? Because if you already have your own style, then you can make it easier to make a cover song yours. But if you don't have your own sound yet, if you're a new singer, if you're just getting started with singing covers and you want to figure out what can make your voice stand out when you're singing these songs that everybody knows, take a look at some of these tips I'm about to share with you. So to get a feel for what really represents your singing style, the first thing you want to do is just research. You want to check out a million different genres. Check out some country songs, check out rap, check out R&B, check out folk, check out classical, check out jazz, check out so many different ways that you've heard other people singing songs and so many different styles that you've heard, and see which one really clings to you. See which one connects with you the most. And then start practicing and seeing how your voice sounds with the most popular songs in those genres. A lot of people put themselves in a box unintentionally when it comes to creating their own sound and their own vibe for when they're singing cover songs, because they're heavily influenced by what people around them are doing. So let's say you've grown up in an urban environment and all you know is R&B and hip hop. But maybe if you delved into a little bit of country, a little bit of folk, a little bit of bluegrass, you'd find new things in your voice that you didn't know about that can really bring out the emotion when you're performing these cover songs. So after you found these genres and after you found some that stick out to you and can really relate to your singing style, check out some of the favorite singers in that genre. Check out some of the most popular singers. See what they do in terms of emotional inflection. See how they put their own personality into music. See what they do with runs and riffs. See what their range is and see how they showcase the difference between maybe their head voice and their chest voice. See if they can sing whistle tone like Mariah Carey or Ariana. Check out their live performances and see what type of physical energy they put into their songs when they're on stage. And see what stands out to you. Like, what could you see yourself doing from these singers that have done well in the past? And as you're studying these singers, you can find out more about your voice as well. You'll be able to see what your vocal range is in comparison to them. You'll be able to see how good you are with riffs and runs and ornaments when you're singing. You'll be able to see how your vibrato or the wobble in your voice matches up to other singers in the genres that you're interested in. You'll be able to see a million different things and get a million different ideas that'll create your own style of singing. So after you study several genres and you've studied several singers, you started practicing things with your voice, you found new ways to highlight your singing voice, let's go back to this cover song you're interested in doing and see what type of approach other singers have put for this cover song. Now, of course, if it's an obscure song that you're trying to cover, you might not be able to find someone else online singing it, but chances are, if you're trying to cover a song that's popular, you'll be able to find dozens, if not more, singers that are doing the same song, and you're going to want to start to figure out where you will fit in. What will be your lane when it comes to the song? Now, while you're studying other people singing the song, it's a good time to just study the song in general. Study the history of the song. Study who wrote the song. What was the meaning behind the song when they wrote it? What was the storyline featured in the music video? How does the singer perform this live? How do they change it every time they perform it live? Another important thing is to put yourself in the shoes of the audience. Like, once you upload this cover, what do you want people to be able to say about you singing this song? How is it going to bring out their emotion? How is it going to relate to them? And what are you doing in your voice and in your own interpretation of the song that can really bring justice to the song and the song's message? Now, you might get overwhelmed because you might find different covers. You might find the original singer has sung in many different ways, have flipped it. You might find remixes. You may get overwhelmed, but it's a good thing, because the more ideas you have for changing up the song, the more you have a chance of really affecting somebody with your own performance once you figure out how you want to interpret it. Now, there's nothing wrong per se with doing a cover song just like the original artist has done it. If you feel like, let's say for example, you have the same tone that the original artist has, or let's say you came from the same location from the original artist, let's say you maybe even know this person and you want to do their song justice by doing it just like they do, or as close as possible to what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to make a cover song your own, especially if you do have the skill to do it similar to the famous person. Some people are just completely impressed with the fact that you can sound just like Ariana Grande, or you can sound just like Demi Lovato, and that's fine if you're going for that. But if you really want to find ways to stand out and find your own voice in this song, it really helps to just keep practicing different methods, keep practicing different approaches, and record yourself as well. Don't just sing around the house and not hear the playback. Record yourself, whether it's on a phone. You don't have to have a fancy studio setup to hear yourself in a recording, but it could be a tape recorder, it could be anything. Just get a way to record yourself, be able to play yourself back, doing different styles, different genres, trying different things with runs and riffs, your range, your emotional inflection. Just try so many different ways. And one thing I definitely want to say is don't be afraid to sound a hot mess, because chances are you're going to be in your comfort of your own company. You don't need to worry about anybody judging you for your practice for this cover song. So try new things, like try that high note that you probably do not have. Try that run that you probably gonna get lost in and lose the key entirely. Don't be afraid to just try new things, because trying new things is what will get you to become a better singer along the way. Now, my next point you might not want to hear. Yes, after you've practiced on your own, it does help to be able to get your practicing sessions in front of an audience, whether it be a friend or a family member that can actually critique you. Constructive criticism. Don't have nobody talking bad about you to the point where you're not going to do this cover song at all, but have somebody to really give you positive feedback and show you where your strengths are, show you where you might need room for improvement. It will really help if it's a music professional, maybe a music teacher or somebody who does singing for a living, and they can really give you some detailed feedback on what parts you need to improve in the song. The main thing to take away from this is just try new things and keep practicing. Don't just throw up a cover because you found a song you like and you didn't even practice it much, you didn't really study the song, you didn't see how other singers sing it. Make sure you're prepared for your cover, because you want to make a good impression, whether you're singing it live, whether you're putting it on YouTube, putting it on TikTok. You never know who might see your cover, so you want to make sure you're putting on the best performance as possible for yourself and for the audience. And do know, if you're a beginner, as you find your sound over time, it'll get plenty easy when it comes to covering songs. The ideas to change the song up a little bit will come to you just like that. So don't worry when it comes to figuring out every single cover song. How am I going to sing it? How am I going to make it my own? As you grow as a singer, you'll be able to make anything your own, as long as you're staying consistent in your journey. So stay tuned for more tips. Thank you for tuning in. You can visit YonaMarieMusic.com, where I have blogs at least 5 days a week for marketing tips, recording tips, songwriting tips, singing tips, performance tips, a million tips. And it's a newsletter I want you to sign up to. So visit the site. I'll keep a link in my description to it, and I'll see you next week with another tip video.